What's up, my dudes and dudettes? It's Jimmy, it's your boy. He's back here for another dubious quality video of another dubious quality project. Do you like the new room? It's a bit blue. I like the Thomas curtains. They came with the house. They're not mine, I promise. Back last year, I made a short list of projects I wanted to do for 2019. So this is kind of my 2019 big project. I've always had a fascination with the arenas of robot fighting. I really like the Robot Wars sort of iconography, and I like how utilitarian the battle box is. Well, I actually have had my own arena for quite a long time that I made with my granddad for my pullback toys, for the Robot Wars toys. I wanted a decent sized arena to play with my toys with, so we built one with a pit and a flipper. But recently I've seen people show off their own arenas. So I've seen people make them out of upturned tables. Or I've seen arenas that are based on arenas that have actually existed. Or I have seen arenas that have been completely fabricated from just someone's exuberant imagination. And I naturally wanted a slice of that cake. Cake. So why don't I build my own arena? That is what I'm going to do. Let's go back to the old house. This is going to be weird, isn't it? Chronology on this is all mixed up. Let's go! So to build the arena, I was going to use a table. Here's one I found lying around in a room somewhere. Wasn't being used for anything important.
Jim, dinner's ready. Where's the bloody table?
And I've already chopped off the top bit just to make it a bit less long. Or less long. There were lengths of wood that ran along the side for structural integrity, and you can kind of tell. Well, this is a bit warped, but hopefully it'll go back to a flat plane when I add them back on. But I'm going to use them as the arena walls. Then we'll add in the two voids, which will be pits on either side, paint it, stone blocks, whatnot, all that. Now, I do actually have... This is my old Robot Wars arena. I used this to play with my Robot Wars toys on. It's got the two trapdoors. That was the pit. The hinge is on the other side. That became a pit. This one I am most pleased about, because this was a fully functioning flipper. I do have a clip of it working. Now the only thing that as a kid, that's what you needed. You needed a bit of old plywood with four walls and a bit and a flipper and CPZs and all that, and you can play Robot Wars with your Robot Wars toys. And it's also a bit small as well, scale wise. Perfectly functioning. I mean, we had to play with the Hexbug Rivals toys on it, and that seemed to be okay. So yeah, basically the project is to improve this, or if I want to design my own, then I've got the opportunity to design my own. I kind of like the look of the old Robot Wars Series 5 arena. I say Series 5 because in Series 6 they added the Disc of Doom, and then they got rid of it in Series 7. And nobody watched Series 7, so because it was on Channel 5. The jigsaw out. Chopped up the lengths of wood. This is entirely mocked up, as in these are not screwed down yet, but it gives you the idea of the scale. That's a Hexbug Rival tombstone, because it's the closest I can find to an Antweight. It's not too shabby, not massive, pretty good battle space. We've got the 2 goals, I suppose. They could also be used as voids if need be. But so yeah, that's the size comparison. That's how it's going to look. I'm dead impressed. Okay, so I have just cut out a trapdoor. 2 trapdoors. It could have been the same one, for all you know. There are 2. Might need to shave off a bit on some of the edges, make them a bit more square. Now we're going to go on to the palm sander. Don't sand your palms. Or don't palm your sands. You won't believe how much of a pain in the arse this actually was. 2 pits marked out in accordance to the inside of the arena walls, and they should be in exactly the same position where they are. Now comes the tricky bit, because I've got to cut out both of them squares, and because I'm normally quite cack-handed, I only really got 1 chance at it. Fingers crossed it'll go all right. I'll have 2 nice pits, and that's already taped up ready for painting. The other one needs to be taped up as well. How do you like these bananas? 2 pits. The trapdoors do fit. They're a bit snug, but they should drop under their own gravitational pull. Is that the right term? Gravity will pull them down, essentially. It should be pretty symmetrical on either side. But yeah, the next step, I think, will be planning out the starting blocks. I have marked out the boundaries for the pit and the CPZs in blue washi tape. Put some pizza boxes in the pits. I'm going to put a sheet down on the floor so we don't cover the floor in spray paint. And we're going to paint it grey. This edge here is a bit of the scrap table that we had left over, cut from the far side. And the reason why is because this edge here, I don't know if you can see that, isn't actually flat. It's got like a moulding, sort of a round curvy moulding on the side, and that meant that the hinge couldn't actually screw onto it, so I've had to cut out a section here, replace it with a bit of leftover wood to put the hinge in so we can have a stable hinge. Didn't need to do it on the other side because of course it was flat from when I jigsawed it up and there. No expense spared on this project. This is Poundland's cheapest. Well, for £1 I can buy as many as I need, really. So let's get spray painting. Say that's a first application done. It's a bit splotchy and a bit hit and miss around a few areas. Over here you can kind of see where I've been scoring along the sides to cut out the tape, or some of the tape that I used on that pit as well. There's a few areas I could re-go over, like here. I'm after just covered so it looks not wood, so it looks like an arena rather than a table, but that's gonna stay there to dry for a few hours. Still warm, still quite sunny, and then we'll go to Poundland again and get some more cheapo spray paint, give it another covering, and then peel the tape off, and that you don't want to miss.